Want to say good morning to all of you that is coming into our virtual empowerment session on this morning. Want to say good morning to all of you that is coming on into our virtual empowerment sessions. As you're coming in, if you will, go ahead and comment your family and your friends' names so that they can be a part of this virtual empowerment. We're going to have Ms. Suham come on in a few moments, and she's going to give us some powerful points. She's going to give us some information that can be very beneficial to us as we move forward in our everyday endeavors of this life. Want to say good morning to all of you. Good morning to all of you that is on. Good morning. Good morning, Ms. Suham. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you pretty good. All of our viewers, those that are watching, can you hear pretty good? If you can, give us the thumbs up so that we know you can hear what we're saying pretty well. All right, somebody gave us a thumb up, so that that gives enough encouragement that they can hear pretty good. We are so delighted to have Ms. Suham to come to us virtually to give us some profound information as it relates to business administration, investments, savings, and all of those great information that she's getting ready to expound on. I want to give her a short bio, so that we won't hold you too long, but we want to empower you while we have you. Miss Suham Salandia Hammond, affectionately known as Suham, is the mother of 3 awesome children. She's a grandmother. She is a Marine veteran. She is an author. She is a writer. She is an actor. She is a media guru and a real estate investor. Most of all, she has launched her own business. She is making all of profound investments in this day and time. And so we are honored and delighted to have you join us virtually on this morning to give us such profound information. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be back talking with you. You know, I've always told you I really admire what you do. You have such a pulse with the young people in the community, and the fact that you're taking a whole month and dedicating it to better and empowering our community is amazing. And that's what churches should be doing. So thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, I was sitting here, I've changed what I was going to talk about several times. And I said, you know, in this day and age right now, I think with people, I think the biggest thing is having the right mindset. You can hear me okay, Pastor?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I think having the right mindset and then having the resources to do what is needed to succeed in this world. Because right now people are concerned about being healthy. People are concerned about paying their bills. So some things I wanted to just talk about are some real life things that people can actually implement now. First thing I want to do is just let people know the old way of doing things, the way our parents grew up, you know, is working hard and saving, and you'll be okay. Those things do not exist anymore. You can't save your way to financial wealth, because if you're not making enough money, how in the world can you save?
Exactly.
And that is something that we have to understand. So the thing I want to do is tell people to increase their income. Once you increase your income, then you have an opportunity to save for that emergency fund, to save, to invest in other things that's going to create a great lifestyle while you're here on earth, but also a legacy and generational wealth for you to pass on to your descendants after you're long gone. So one of the ways to increase income is really simple, is to use the gifts that God's already given you.
Exactly.
A lot of times, you know, people are thinking, oh, I got to go out and get a second job, which is taking you away from your family even more so. What about using what's in your hands? Because we have been given the opportunity and the power to obtain wealth is in our hands. We just have to use it. And if anything, with COVID has shown us how the internet is even more of a blessing. And even you know, and even more of a platform and an avenue to be able to generate wealth with ease. So today I want to talk about that. I don't want to just talk in theory. I want to talk about things that I've actually done, things that I've taught people over the years. And I see now even more so, it's more needed and easier for people to do. One of the things I want, you know, I know people that are watching right now are writers. You either have books written already, or you have books in you that need to be written, you know?
Right.
So you are an author, you are a writer, you just need to manifest that. Maybe there's somebody that has a bunch of music in them, someone who's created a program that's gonna solve a problem, because that's the thing, you wanna obtain wealth, solve problems. Exactly. So you've created a program to solve a problem, but you don't know how to get it out to the masses. Well, here's the great thing. Social media platforms are free. Everyone likes to say they're negative. I think it's negative if that's what you're looking for. Social media has been nothing but a blessing for me, especially being in a rural area. I've been able to, God has blessed me to be able to do a whole lot of stuff. So whether you're an author, whether you're a musician, whether you're a DJ that's putting music together and you want to sell it, whether you are selling PDFs, someone could write, and this is what I know, someone could write a 5-page PDF solving a problem, and somebody will pay $5 for it. So how do I do that, Suham? You just do it. And what I want to do is tell you how to distribute it to the masses without you even having to get any money off your pocket.
That's right.
Does that sound good?
That's right. That sounds good.
There's this application online. It's called payhip.com. It's PAYHAP. I don't know if y'all can see that, .com. It's PAYHIP.com. Somebody type that below, payhip.com. Payhip.com is a free internet access website for you to go and upload whatever it is that you want to sell. Whether it's your book, whether it's a PDF, whether it's music files, whether it's videos, whether you want to create a membership website.
Wow.
You can go there and do that. It's free. And the only time you pay anything is when you sell a product. So come on now, we're talking about no out-of-pocket expenses up front. How do I know this? Because I've done it. And this is how I was able to create more income, by creating products. We are creative beings. That's just how we're made.
That's right.
We have these picture camera phones, right? I call them picture camera phones. You call them mobile phones. But you have a picture camera phone. You can pick it up. You can record an audiobook. You have a picture camera phone. If you don't want to type, you don't know how to type, you can talk into this phone and it will type it out for you, put it in a Word or a PDF form, load it up to payhip.com and sell it. You want to teach a class, do a video, then upload this video to payhip.com. Right now, I could actually take this, what I'm teaching your congregation, Minister Trevon, I could actually sell it for $2 if I wanted to.
Wow.
And I know some people, they're probably like $2, but let's think about that thing now, because I like to break it down. If I sold 10 people at $2 a day, that's $20 a day, right? Let's do 20 times 30 days. That's an extra $600 a month. And all I did was come on here and give out free information one time.
That's right.
And uploading it to payhip.com and selling it over and over and over and over again.
Wow.
It's just that simple. So I know I said a lot, so I want to go back and I'm going to entertain any questions that anyone may have. Hopefully, Pastor McClary, you'll check out the questions and you can filter.
Okay.
So let's go back. You're a musician. You have an MP3 of your song. Upload it to payhip.com. Now, you know the old saying when they say you build it, they'll come. That is simply not the truth.
That's right.
You got to tell somebody about this thing.
You got to tell. You got to tell.
You got to tell them. It's all about marketing and consistent promotion. I tell people you cannot market 1 month or 2 months and 3 months and think that you've done your job. You got to market like you want to breathe. You breathe in order to live. And in order for your products and your services and your money to continue to flow, you have to continue to market consistently. Right. And if you do it like you bathe and if you do it like you breathe, that means you're always doing it.
That's right.
Always. So always telling somebody about what you do, always sending somebody where you want to go. Now, let me tell you how I broke that down about taking this training right here and selling it. Let me tell you something. Right now, I'm in search, because I'm a real estate investor, I'm in search of how to get lists of foreclosed properties. I promise you, if somebody right now gave me a 5-page PDF and said, Sue, here's how you can do that, it's $20, I'm going to pay for it.
Okay.
You know why? Because that $20 is going to turn into 20 grand.
Exactly. Exactly.
20. So I said that to say this: don't think that the gift and the talents and the knowledge that you have are mediocre or they're minuscule, thinking that somebody doesn't want to know what you know, because they want to know what you know.
That's right. That's right.
And if they want to know what you know, why not have them pay a premium for it? Because you got to provide for you. You got to provide for your family. And I'm telling you, uploading your products to payhip.com. I'm not an affiliate. I'm not going to get paid anything. Well, I do get paid. I get paid by you being successful, because I believe people are living their purpose. And when they are successful, there's less crime and there's less hate. And there's a lot of love going on.
That's right.
So when you upload your products to payhip.com, you're generating income. Now that you're generating that income, right, you might want to go and fund that business because you now have the resources. Now you want to become legit. How do I become a legit business owner? Well, you become an LLC or you get registered with your state. Right. How do I do that, Sue? There's different ways that you can do it. You can hire someone to do it for you. That's right. You can go through LegalZoom.com and pay a fee and let them walk you through it and do it. You can get with your economic development offices in your town. A lot of people don't know the great services they provide, but they can help you by leading you to the right coaches free of charge to tell you how to get yourself established as a legit business. That's right. You can get with the SBA.gov website, enroll in their classes, and talk to counselors free of charge to tell you how to get yourself established as a legit business. Now, mind you, you're going to have to pay the state and corporation fee, but I think it's $115.
Exactly, it is. It is.
Now you're a legit business. Now, when COVID hits and there's money out there to be handed out to you, now you can get your money. Right. You can get, because there are a lot of programs out there right now that are helping businesses that are affected by COVID. But guess what? You got to be legit.
You got to be legit. That's right.
You got to be legit.
That's right.
Now, I just shared with you how to get legit if you lack in the money. I shared with you how to use your gifts, your talents, and how you can upload it to the system free of charge. And then all you got to do is go tell the people about what you have.
That's right.
Tell the people consistently. But here's the thing. I don't want you to go out, because I want to leave you with this, with the marketing. I don't want you to go out and be like, buy my product, buy my product, buy my product. Stories sell, data tells.
That's right.
Stories sell.
We sell, data tells. That's right.
But you got to sell yourself with the story.
That's right.
Case example, I did a blog post on last night, and I was telling people how to market consistently. And within that blog post, I was giving them so much information. And then at the end, I said, hey, if you need a little help with this, we offer a service that can help you. People will be more inclined to partner with you or buy from you when you are providing value. But if you're just wanting to take, you're probably not going to receive.
That's right.
Do we have any questions? I feel like I've been going.
See, I don't see any. So far, I don't see any. But if you all have any questions that you would like to ask, please comment them. I mean, this is not someone that, went to school for this, but she is an experienced person in this. And what better teacher than to have experience? And so if you all have any questions, please comment them on the screen so that we can get them answered for you on today. And if you haven't shared, go ahead and share this with somebody so that someone's life can be blessed and impacted in a profound way from hearing what she has to say to us.
So I'm gonna venture into, because I know you got some other speakers coming up and they're gonna be talking real estate and credit and all that. So I'm just gonna venture in a little bit about that because I love real estate investing. I think it is one of the safest investments that you can do. And probably a lot of people think it's hard to get into, but I think it's easy to get into. And especially with tax season being upon us and given our demographics and our environment, a lot of people get huge tax refunds.
That's right.
And one of the things I've been encouraging people to do is to take those tax refunds and invest it into real estate. Whether it's land, whether it's a house that sits on top of land, whether it's a mobile home, invest in real estate, because that is something that typically always appreciates.
That's right.
Even if it appreciates 1 year, trust me, it's going to rebound.
That's right.
It's not something that you get rich off of quick,
That's
but
right.
it is that will make you wealthy
That's right.
in the long run. And if you buy the right way, it generates cash flow, meaning, and you'll hear all the reasons why you should buy real estate. But for me, one of the biggest reasons is cash flow. It's providing money to me every month. Number two, I have a property that I can actually touch, you know. And number three, I have tenants that are paying down the mortgage, which means it's increasing my equity, which means it's increasing my net worth, which means it's more wealth that I can pass down.
That's right. That's right.
Or I can take that equity out of that house and go and buy more properties. Well, so how do I buy properties for $4,500, $9,000? Well, it's not that hard. I got into the game in 2006 with buying an $8,500 house and was able to walk away with a $50,000 check. You know, it's not that hard. I bought mobile homes for $2,000. It's about going out and being aggressive and looking for these opportunities. There are FHA loans, and it's not called a first-time home buyer loan. It's a federal home assistance loan that helps you, where the federal government helps you, where you can put down 3.5% on a home.
That's right.
Yeah, but here's what I recommend, guys. If you're going to buy a home, and I know a lot of people say, I don't want to settle, I don't want to sacrifice. If you're going to buy a home, remember, we're talking about generating more income.
That's right.
So that we can have a better lifestyle, so that we can
That's
invest.
right.
Why not rent out those rooms to somebody?
That's right.
There are people that are renting out rooms for $500, $800, $1,500 a month.
That's right. And people,
you know, you got places, you got places in your house you don't even go into.
That's right. That's right. We have a question. The name is Sky Freedom Miller. They asked, how do you see the stock market going this year?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not into the stock market. That's not my thing. I've invested into real estate funds, but I don't get into the stock market. So I can't even begin to answer that. For me, I like safe investments. I like I love real estate. Like I said, I love being able to touch something. With the stock market, with 401ks, you can't touch that stuff. People are diversifying your money and putting it all over the place, but there are people that are making money. And if you're comfortable with that level of risk, I say go for it. Me personally, I like being able to see my investment, touch my investment, and know that my investment is making a difference in the community. And for me, real estate does that. Creating products to put on payhip.com does that. And creating fascinating shows through Suham Entertainment, we're able to do that. So the biggest thing, guys, and this is something I've said for years, I think you create your way to wealth. It's point blank and simple. You find something that's lacking in your community, instead of complaining about it, find a way to create a solution to fix it. And like I said, we have the power to obtain wealth.
Ms. Emily Barr has asked, how do I apply for funding when all my properties are financed by owners?
So you can still apply for funding. You just have to find the right lender. One of the biggest thing, Emily, is go to Facebook groups. I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups for people with real estate. There are so many private lenders in there. There are so many banks and mortgage companies in there that will do creative financing. You're not just limited to your local banks. However, if you have a great relationship with your local banks and you can explain, hey, this is owner finance, and that owner can provide proof that you've been paying your mortgage on time, it shouldn't be a problem. It's just a matter of getting that house appraised and getting that mortgage, and boom, that owner is paid, and now it's in your name. But definitely go to these Facebook groups. You know, when I was doing this in 2006, there was no Facebook. Now I tell people there's no excuse. You got the internet, you got Facebook groups, you got YouTube. There's no excuse as to why you can't have what you desire. But definitely I would do that. A lot of creative people in those Facebook groups with the funding to be able to fund your deals. Now, here's what I will tell you is vet them out. You know, make sure they're legit, but they do exist. And then again, go to your local bank. Tell them what's going on. I'm a firm believer, and if you have your money going to a local bank, your local bank should be working for you, because all they're is taking your money and distributing it to somebody.
That's right. That's right.
And if they're not going to help you, pull your money out of there and go to a bank that will. So Cool. That was a great question too, Emily. So with your tax returns, getting into those loans, so you get 100,000. So if you get a house, you know, like I said, rent out the rooms, or something I recommend is called house hacking. And what that is you find a duplex, a triplex, or a quad, and you can still only put down 3.5%. So let's think about this. You get a $100,000 house, 3.5% is $3,500. This is how I say you can use your tax returns to get into real estate. That's $3,500. Yeah, you may have to pay closing costs, which could be an additional $2,000. Well, if you're getting $5,000, get a gift from somebody else. Get the seller to roll in that closing cost into the loan.
That's right.
Now you've got 2 units, 3 units, or 4 units. You live in one and you rent out the others.
That's right.
Now you're living for free because they're paying your mortgage, your insurance, and your taxes.
That's right. That's right.
And you have cash flow coming in.
Exactly.
And you get to claim this property on your taxes, and the property appreciates, and the people that are living in your property are paying your mortgage down. So at one point in time, you're going to own this property free and clear, or either you'll be able to refinance it and pull the cash out and invest it into other things. So that is one of the things that I'm really pushing for African Americans to do, because we're really not taught that in low impoverished areas. We're not taught how to obtain wealth.
Exactly. And you know, it's amazing you said that. I was just speaking with someone on yesterday, and I said, you know, I recently just graduated from college, and I began to reflect on my high school days. You know, how we were not taught about financial literacy. You know, no one teaches us about investments. I feel that that should be something that is instilled within younger, you know, people at an age where it can really take root into it.
Yes.
You know, and I say that because you go to college, you get refunds, you blow it, you know, on cars, something that's not going to gain value, blow it on clothes, televisions and stuff like that. And so we were not taught financial literacy. And so here it is, when we get exposed to it, our credit done messed up. You know, we want to do all of those things, but, you know, somewhat, the timing is somewhat late. And so we go through credit repair, getting our credit fixed and all of that other stuff. And it could have been avoided if we were exposed to it much earlier.
Absolutely. And that's a great point. And that, again, this is why I commend you for what you are doing this month.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I use my youngest son, Jackson, who's 11. I put him in my videos, and I'm explaining to him to process in hopes that it attracts younger people to wanting to invest, to wanting to be creative, start their own clothing lines, you know, write their own books and sell them on PayHip, you know, record their music, sell it on PayHip. Whatever it is that they have going on, teach them right now to be young entrepreneurs. Teach them the different ways to create money so that they're not just relying on one source. You know, have multiple sources so that when something does happen, you're not left out in the cold and frustrated and relying on the government to help you. You're helping yourself.
That's right.
But I totally concur with that. But yeah, that house hacking, I tell people.
Let me see. Ms. Miller asked again, I have an online business through Facebook. How can payhip.com help my business?
It just depends on what you're selling, Ms. Miller. If you want to put out a 5-page PDF about how your business can provide services to other people or solve a problem, you can upload that to payhip.com. If you want to do a video like how we're doing today and record it, telling people how you can provide a solution to their problem, you can sell that through payhip.com. You could do a video telling people, hey, you know, want to make $10 to $20 a day? Buy my video and I'm going to tell you how. And in that video, you can tell them, create a program, upload it to payhip.com and sell it.
That's right. And she also said, glad this live popped up on my phone as soon as I got on my phone this morning. This was nobody but God. That's awesome. A blessing. That's a blessing. That's already one person that's empowered. That's already
awesome. But yeah, with PayHip, whatever it is that you want to sell that can solve a problem, you can do it. I've sold a 99-cent poetry track on PayHip, and I'm like, people are buying this, but they're buying it. You know, if you put it out there and you advertise and you let people know what's going on, they will do it. For me, that people are like, why do you always give your the majority of your courses away for free and you tell people all this information for free? Because I know in the back end, again, I'm benefiting because people are living purposely. But secondly, people tend to hire me as a personal coach, or they bring me in to speak.
Right. We have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
One of our members, she is an entrepreneur herself. She has a business, and
Mm-hmm.
she said, I have an 11-year-old that create products, and I share them online under my LLC. Could she share her craft on this website? I believe she's speaking in reference to PayHip.
Yes. Here's the beautiful thing about PayHip. It actually allows you to create a page. If you go to payhip.com/Suham, you'll see some of my products. So your child could actually create their own, it's like their own website for selling their products. It's a storefront website, payhip.com. And there are other websites that do this. I think Gum Branch does it.
Yeah.
But I'm familiar with payhip.com, and it's been around for years. And I was just checking it out this morning, just familiarizing myself with it again. And lo and behold, they offer membership sites. That's a big thing. We're talking about where, you know, you get 100 people paying you $5 every month. That's $500 a month coming to get the information that you're dispersing to them.
That's right.
It adds up.
That's right.
And now imagine if you're charging $100 per membership site. What is that, 10,000 a month? So it adds up, and people, we're in an information world. We're in an information society right now where people want this information. The thing is, you got to be disciplined and focused to go out there and get it. And I tell people all the time, use the gifts and the talents that you have, market it and sell it, solve that problem. And you can do it through payhip.com without any money up front. Now, let's just say you want a beautiful flyer because you want to market it on social media. Mm-hmm. Then there's this website called Fiverr.com, and it's Fiverr.com. Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. Guys, it's unbelievable the amount of things that you can get for $5. I can't even begin to tell you everything that you can get for $5. I mean, yeah, the prices go on up to $1,000, but when I first started out, I was getting flyers done there for $5. Wow. Because I did flyers ASAP. When I needed somebody to do a voiceover for me, when I was doing my radio show, I was getting voiceovers done for $5. So take the time to go to that website and see anything that you can think of, they can create for you on Fiverr.com. And most prices start at $5 on up. Hence the reason it's called Fiverr.com.
Wow.
I'm checking see if we have any more questions here. Thank you, Phyllis, for writing that down there. So essentially, one can get started making money, I'll say with an average of what, $10? Because you might want to get a decent looking flyer. You spend $10. Then you go over to payhip.com and you create your account. The biggest thing is creating your content. You know, I went over to Encore Music Suite and did an audio book. I think it took me 2 hours over there. I paid, no, maybe an hour. I paid $25 for the hour to record my audio book, right? That was it, $25. Now I have my MP3. I immediately went over to payhip.com and I uploaded the MP3 and I started selling it.
Wow.
You know, I wrote a book. I uploaded it to payhip.com and I started selling it because for me at that time, I didn't care about trying to be on Amazon and trying to be an Amazon bestseller. My goal was to generate income so that I can create an emergency fund for me and so that I can have a surplus that I can invest and live the lifestyle that I want. And I'm telling you, for people here who are listening and you're wondering, how do I get started? You're sitting at home in front of a computer, you're on your phone, create something, push it out to the world.
Can I get you to maybe touch base on something, because I know with us starting, you know, freedom was something, you know, that God birthed through me. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when we started, we did not have any members. You know, what we have now is, you know, from marketing, people hearing about our church, you know, coming to see what we had to offer, and then, you know, they had a desire to be a part of it. Can you somewhat speak to entrepreneurs, those that are launching, starting a business, or maybe trying to maintain a business, on the importance of marketing? And can you somewhat give them that encouragement? You know, even if nobody else is supporting your product at that time, you still need to market. You still need to post. Even if you don't get a like on your post, post it every day, because eventually someone is going to see it, and what you have, they're going to need. Can you just shed light on that?
Absolutely. You know, it goes back to, like I said, you breathe to live.
That's
If
right.
you want your product and your services to live, you have to market. So think of it like, if I'm breathing, I got to market.
That's right.
A lot of people get discouraged with, here's what let me say this, and I'm glad you brought that up, Pastor. I will take profits and purpose over popularity any day.
Exactly.
All right. Come on, some y'all get that.
That'll prove. That'll
Profit and purpose over popularity any day.
Exactly.
You say you can be popular and get all the likes and the shares and the comments, but not make a dime.
That's right.
Not make an impact in anybody's life.
Exactly. Exactly. Right.
But here's the thing, when it comes to marketing, there were times when I started out, I used to do a podcast. There would be nobody listening to my podcast. But when I was on that podcast, I was talking to the world like 1 million people were listening to that podcast. Because I saw it was coming.
That's right.
Even though I didn't have it right then and there. And yeah, sometimes I did get, a little disheartened, thinking, oh my gosh, man, this person has these many people listening and they're buying their products and stuff. But I said, you know what? They didn't start that way.
That's right.
I like what Gary Vaynerchuk says. He says, everybody starts out with 0 followers. Everybody starts out with 0 likes. You got to build up on your foundation.
Right.
In order for the Suhan brand to get where it is today, there were years of going where nobody knew who I was. They didn't take me seriously. The only way for them to take me seriously was to be consistent with the content that I was creating, and to be consistent with providing excellence, and to be consistent with marketing. So listen to me clearly. Even when you think no one's watching you or no one's peeping what you got, they are.
They are.
But they're watching to see if you're serious about this thing.
Exactly.
They're checking to see if you are legit, if what you're offering is even worth their time. And once they have vetted you, guess what's going to happen? Word of mouth is going to take off. Favor is going to pour in your life. You're going to have people from around the world, not just the U.S., I'm talking the world, buying your products, requesting your tutelage, wanting you to coach them, wanting to do whatever it is that you have to offer with your business. But the key is you got to be faithful with a little before you get a lot. I used to say this. I used to say that a lot when I was first starting out, and I had to remind myself, Sue, you got to grind. You got to grind. It's coming. You see, you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame.
Come on.
All you know is that you in the
get out my service.
All you know is that you in the frame. Keep doing it. I love what Oprah said. Excellence does not go unnoticed. Keep marketing, y'all. I don't care if you feel like, oh my God, I market too much. McDonald's doesn't care. McDonald's does not get tired.
Exactly.
McDonald's will not stop.
Exactly. Exactly.
Why you videos, blog posts, flyers, text message, email blasts, phone calls, send them regular mail, write them a letter, posters, do whatever it is you need to do to make some noise.
That's right.
And keep making that noise, because what do people do? People are curious. They run to car wrecks.
Exactly.
People run to see what's going on.
Exactly.
Keep making that noise, and eventually people are going to be curious, and they're going to check out what you got, and then they're going to be like, oh my God. But here's the second part of that, and I'm going to turn it back to you, Pastor McClure. You making that noise, and you want people to check you out, but bet you by golly Wally, you better have something worth checking out.
That's right. That's right.
Your product and your services better be up to par.
That's right. That's right.
And but I don't want to scare nobody, because I don't want people. Perfection causes procrastination. Get better as you go.
Exactly.
Grow as you go. But all I'm saying is continuously reinvest in yourself, your knowledge and your craft, and get better as you go. And then before long, your business will explode.
That's right.
That's my sense on that. See, I got hyped on that.
That's right. That's right. That's right. But you shed a whole lot of light on that. You shed a whole lot of light on it. Someone asked another question. Ms. Miller asked another question. Let me see if I can pull it back up. She said, how do you feel about potlucks? I was asked to be a spokesperson this Saturday, live for $5. Winners take all. Yesterday's potluck was 200. Is this something I can put on that site?
That sounds almost, and I'm not saying it is, it almost sounds like a little bit like gambling. So probably not, if I'm understanding it right. If I'm understanding it right. I don't think that that's something you can put on that site. Most of what you can put on that site is digital downloads. So it's PDFs, it's ebooks, it's videos, it's MP3s, things of that nature. Now, if you're doing a t-shirt business, there are sites that like Sell My Shirts, sellmyshirts.com. I think that's the website. There are sites where you can go and sell clothing articles. And again, you're uploading your clothing. You don't pay anything. You pay when someone buys your shirt. So the cost of entry for a lot of things are free or either very, very, very little. The thing is, we just got to get in and put our products on these sites and sell them. But to answer your question, I don't think that you can do that on the hip.com.
And it was something that I wanted to say. I saw something, and I really tend to remind myself of this. It was a post that was on Facebook. Someone stated, COVID, this pandemic, either brought out the hater in you or the hustler in you. And, you know, I always think about it because this pandemic has really shifted those that was on the back burner to the forefront. And what I mean by that is a lot of the big stores are closing. You know, JCPenney's recently influenced, you know, closed. I believe, what was the other place? You know, there's something out about belts. And so all of these big retail stores are somewhat shifting. And if we are in a position, you know, that building or that store that's vacant in the mall could be someone next door.
Right.
You know, if we're in a position to be able to maintain, but to whom much is given, much is required. And you stated something so profound. If you can't do right by the little, you will never be able to handle the more. You'll never be able to handle the more. So this has been excellent. This has been excellent. Ms. Suham, is there any other thing you would like to share with our viewers before we conclude on this morning?
I just want to say thank you again for having me. And again, guys, it's impossible to save if you have nothing left over once you paid your bills. So the biggest thing that you need to start doing right now is increasing your income. That's and right. Then legitimizing your business with an LLC. That's right. State and going forward from there. Remember, you are a creator. Mm-hmm. The things that you create are infinite. That's right. You have to obtain wealth. I don't care where you live, what's going on in your life. It's up to you. It's a mindset thing. And I just want to recommend 2 books before we go. And I'm going to shut up. One of the books I want to recommend is Reverend Ike. And this really helps you change your mindset about having happiness in your life and getting riches. So hopefully you guys get that. And this is an important book, How Rich People Think. Get these 2 books. Change your mindset, because if you shift your mindset just a little, you can shift your life a whole lot.
That's right.
It all begins right here in your mind. So if you guys want to find some more free videos and more information on things that we talked about today, you can find that on my website at suham.com.
Thank you so much, Ms. Suham. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come and expound on entrepreneurship and business administration. I'm telling you, you gave out so much of knowledge in such a little bit of time. You exposed us to 2 websites that could really give us the start to something big.
Yes.
So we appreciate that holistically and wholeheartedly. Thank all of you for tuning in. It's almost 11:15, so that means it's almost church time. So we thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for coming in, getting this knowledge. This is good knowledge for you to be exposed to. On next Sunday, we will have one of our members, Miss Tiffany McFadden. She's going to speak on credit repair. The 3rd Sunday, Ms. Daphne Gamble Scott is coming to speak on home ownership. And Mr. Daquan is coming on the 4th Sunday to speak on life insurance. So we want to empower our people in such a way that we can rise and do what it is that we desire. So again, I thank you, Ms. Suham. Thank you all of our viewers for coming in, and we'll see you all in a few minutes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
That was